I hate this.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our new episode.
I'm gonna turn the vibration off for the bed.
No Consequences podcast. That's right. It's me, your host, Wiz again. Hi, with our lovely other hosts. Like... This is the part where you guys say your name. This is the part where you say your name. You're not supposed to.
I like how they were.
We have one podcast where we don't have to go through with this and just
I was
actually.
being polite and letting you guys talk.
Just go first, then, if you don't hear anything.
All right then. My name is Alchem. Yes.
Yes. Hey guys, it's me, Cloudy. I'm the idiot. Dab.
Wow.
Hello, I'm Liz, or Liz Kid Wiz, and these are the fuckwads. Except for Wiz, he's fine.
What?
Got him. Got him. Got it. At it again, boys.
Yeah.
It's another lovely day stuck inside once again. But let me tell you something. Let me tell you about my week. Pretty alright, working on a couple models. Started playing some video games again. We're not playing some shooters, we're playing racing games. Got a racing wheels. Pretty neat.
You're not playing racing games.
I mean, they're technically racing games.
They're not racing games.
Okay, but now,
You trucking across Europe is not a racing game.
It can be a racing game. It's a race against time. It's a race
racing
against time. You know, it's a time trial, one could say.
Oh, I'm so done.
You're now arguing with me about racing against time.
I sat there for 45 minutes watching you go across fucking Europe to deliver milk. I'm so done.
I would say it was approximately a 20-minute drive. I'm offended. However, not only that, no, I actually got to play some dirt rally. That's extremely difficult, and a bit of a Assetto Corsa racing sim. It's pretty cool. But other than that, my week was pretty fun. Oh, minus the my index exploding. The cable killed itself. That was pretty fun. I'm getting a replacement cable coming in this week. But enough about my week. How about you, Alchem? How's it going?
He did nothing.
Yeah, honestly, now that work started, I pretty much work, and then I come back home and then just relax. Honestly, my entire life has pretty much gone back to normal, except for the fact that I can't go anywhere afterwards. I can't go grab anything or chill out anywhere. Well, some places yes, but I have to wear that fucking mask, and they gave me the actual what is it? I forget the actual really good masks. Oh my god, is it hard?
What are they called? Like M15, M5,
N90 something, or N5?
Yeah, like the non-disposable ones.
Yeah, they're thick. Holy shit! I do feel. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like, oh yeah, Corona can't touch this, but at the same time, I can't touch air. I can't breathe.
Yeah, you can't breathe shit.
I just realized that I might need to make another Sprite because it looks like you guys are all going away from me because I'm a fucking frail bitch. I'm on the other side.
Just look at her. Just look at her. She's like all the way on the right. She's just there. Wait, guys, I can fix this. Right now. We're fixing it. Oh no, it's okay. We're gonna go back. We're gonna go back. Alright, there you go.
We're all just on the left. He's all the way on the far right. What the fuck happened?
At least put Wiz out of the middle chair.
I mean, he's on the left, isn't he?
I'm on the main seat. I am the host. I'm on the hot spot.
Yeah, he's in the main seat.
You didn't even overlap it correctly. That's why you should have moved it.
I know I did it.
My leg is just the whole table.
We'll fix that later, I guess.
Edit.
Do it now!
Fix it in post.
We'll fix it in post. Don't worry about it. How about you, Cloudy? What's your week like?
Hey, new PC.
Oh, how's that going?
Wait, Liz,
It's actually I can actually play shit.
What happened, Liz?
did you move yourself from the left seat to yourself in the middle?
Yes. Because he didn't. Because he didn't.
You know,
Cause, yeah, no.
there's one-
There isn't a mid one in the files. That's not. It doesn't exist.
Oh.
That's because you're using
Oh.
your podcast thing. If you move it to mine, I actually put you in the middle.
Well, I got
There's
it.
one-
We'll fix that in post.
Fix that in
We'll
post.
fix it. We'll fix it with
Yeah.
After Effects. All right, guys. We're gonna have
And
some
put
couple.
yourself back to the left chair.
Fine. Wiz is gonna be like, hey, what's up? How's it going?
Oh, dear.
How's it going, Liz?
I thought you were okay. That you're still just a mess like the rest of us.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but yeah.
Even Alcom's phasing through the desk.
I am? Oh, I am. Oh, I am. Oh no.
Oh my god.
We'll fix it in post. So, anyways,
Claudie's
Claudie,
the only one who looks okay.
Claudie,
Yeah. Yeah, what's up?
how's the new file? How's the?
You
how's the
know,
new PC?
got to use my new racing setup again.
Whoa.
You know, I got to actually drive in VR and everything. Oh, I felt good. No lag. Feels nice.
Can we finally go to that racing world you guys been talking about and never took me to?
Oh, fuck.
Liz, where do you think he's been?
We'll fix that in post.
Wow.
That's the theme. That's the theme. This podcast
No,
episode.
definitely,
We'll fix
Liz.
it
You,
later.
you and Claudia can definitely go there. I unfortunately, there's a lot of worlds that my computer's finally. I think it's starting to die.
Yeah, his computer
Raise
showing
money
me
for
page.
Alcom's
This
computer?
is the
No,
part
it's
where
not.
this is the part where like Alcom.
the powers combined, Cloudy. Let's go.
Yeah.
This is the part where
The fuck
Alcom's
watch
computer
can
needs
play.
to be running at like 20% super sampling. To just like be in a world. We live in this timeline. Nice job, old man.
Oh, thanks.
Ow. Damn.
I can't believe all of us have better computers than Alcom now.
I mean, it was eventually going to happen. I was. It was going
You're
to
coming along with us, bitch.
No, let me let me die. Let me just dry up and die.
We're gonna save money for you.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
dry
Can't
up
stop
and
it.
shrivel up and die.
Make it a donation goal.
No, thank you. Anyways, what the hell is the topic this week?
Well,
You guys just skipped over
yeah,
how
you
I
just
felt
skipped over Liz. How's Liz week, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh, hi Liz. What's up?
terrible. Just fucking move on.
Oh
Oh no.
Liz, no.
Liz is just my week was
1
awful.
second.
Moving on.
I kind of just been passed out pretty much the whole week.
So
I'm
how's
just
how's
sleeping.
that like? How's it like to time travel just in your bed?
I have weird ass dreams. I want it to stop.
You too?
Oh no.
Mine are worse than yours, Cloudy.
Okay, guys, I'm actually sorry. I do need to step out for a little bit because family is apparently abruptly calling me for something. So I'll be back in a bit.
All right, well, no problem. We'll be able to chat about before we jump into the topic. So
Sorry
you know
about
what
this.
we can talk about is very slightly on the side. Hey guys, let me tell you about YouTube idols. Let me tell you about virtual weird things. Now, I'm telling you guys. I don't know about you, but the future is already here. You know, we talked about how YouTube is like a great place where you can, like, anybody can be anything or some nonsense, right? So something that always perplexed me nowadays is like, okay, so where are all these virtual idol YouTubers, you know, VTubers? Like, where are they coming from? Who knows? I mean, we can probably guess.
Japan.
Okay, well, that's not saying much because now they have it in America, they have it
Yeah.
in Australia, they have it in
Yeah.
India, they have it everywhere in the world.
Yeah, we have a lot of them now at this point.
Yeah, it's crazy. And here's what I'm wondering. So what's next, guys? What's next after a VTuber? What's the evolved form of the VTuber? What do you think is next?
I'm not too sure, actually.
Well, you don't exactly have to.
Think about it. Think about it. Like a VTuber is effectively kind of like it's kind of like playing a character on stream,
Well, yeah.
kinda. But also like, but they're like 2D. They're like flat. But then you can
Yeah.
replace it with a 3D model, but that has like that weird meme of like, you know, desyncing, like, you know, tracker issues and
Breaking.
whatnot.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
But what if the next level is instead of just VTubers, it's VR tuber, and you're literally just moving around in the space and shit, and you can actually play video games on your VR headset with like typing on an actual keyboard, but in virtual reality and shit. Weird stuff.
I mean, I think people already do that. You know, like Alchem is a kind of like a good example of like kind of like a VTuber. You know, like what he does.
No, I mean like he doesn't sit in front of his like computer and shit. He just runs it. He would. I mean like
Oh,
running it through the actual.
Oh.
The future.
Okay, so the future is emulating that you're sitting in front of a camera in front of your computer while playing a video game in VR, but you're technically not.
Oh fuck.
Man, this is getting too
I
heavy,
called
man.
it.
This is getting too heavy. We don't need this meta. We don't need this meta. All right, this is just getting too meta. What? What's the guy? Oh man. Oh, that's hot news. Hot news. It's already happening. It's already happening. Oh boy.
Oh.
This is
fuck.
Why
gonna
does
be
that
great.
say 2014?
Oh, it says 2014, but they posted that out now, and well, now they actually edit the post.
Look at that.
They actually added more. They actually added more on top of it. Oh. Oh no.
This seems pretty old. I don't know.
It's old, but
Updated in August 7th,
yeah.
2019.
It says it's updated, but they tweeted it out just recently. That's the thing. They just tweeted it out recently.
This is old. This is old.
It's
news.
old news, but now they kind of, I guess, quote unquote, updated it.
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't
boy.
know about that one. I just took a peek in it.
That and well, this was just that.
What's this? All right, well, guys, all right, guys. So it's a Twitch support. It's a second week. We're building the ability to delete all of your clips on your channel more easily. Stay tuned for an update in a few weeks when that's ready. You can already choose to disable the creation of new clips in your channel settings right here. Hey, guys. Imagine being on a Twitch channel and being like, "Hey, no, just don't make clips.
Don't make clips anymore. Don't highlight the best moments."
So, where's the new streaming website?
Liz, it's gonna follow everywhere afterwards. This is just another example. That's the thing.
Yeah, but once
Even if we
you know-
do quote unquote move, it's still gonna happen.
Yeah, but I'm just concerned because, like, imagine all of these companies out here that are just like, yeah, let's constantly like fuck over the people that we are using to make money. If you don't do anything, nothing will happen. You kind of just get screwed over until the ends of time because you just simply sit there and you take it or you move on. So it's kind of just like,
Yeah.
what are you supposed to do?
Also, I'm reading through their tweets right now, and they still have yet to. Wow, they're still not. Man, Twitch support, whoever's running that account, or the team that's running that account. I mean, damn.
Are they crashing and burning that bad?
They're just like, well, we value the work of songwriters, musicians, and other creative artists. As a company committed to support creators, we respect and ask our users to respect the intellectual property of those who make music and those who own or control music rights.
Which is weird because you could just have it like,
Oh, and then there's like the other thing I'm looking above it. It says there's a lot of misinformation circulating about how to protect your channel. While deleting or disabling clips can help, if you don't have the rights to music, you are at risk of a takedown request from the right holders.
Wait, but that's a takedown request. Does it involve automation? Is there an automation system that will like just
This
target
applies
you and
even if
blast
you're
you?
just playing it in the background or for a few seconds. It is entirely within the rights holders' discretion if and when to issue takedown notification. What?
What? That doesn't make any sense. A few seconds?
I'm just gonna tell you the way copyright works is when
Just
you
that
claim it
wording.
as your own, even though it is this specific way that they're doing it is just you playing it will get you copyright
Like,
infringement, even though you're not claiming it, you're not saying it's your own. You're playing it for your own enjoyment, and you're not even calling attention to it, as in
I
you get stuff from yourself. Like most people who play or games or stream content and stuff, they're not particularly.
I'm just like
How
that
do you say it?
wording.
You're not particularly calling attention to the music.
Yeah. I'm like, if the stream isn't mainly focused around the music at all, what the
And this is like fucking with people who do the remixes, who DJ, I
who
guess.
do remix? Well, obviously, yeah. People who do, I mean, obviously, art streams. That's another thing. People have to have music in the background if they
What am I gonna do? Just sit there?
sit
talk
there and
about
quiet.
random stuff?
That's not entertaining to anybody. That's kind of just like you're just watching somebody on Discord and that's it, and you're just
And
talking.
I'm not gonna use another streaming site to stream my art on.
Yeah. And what was the other one called? Like Pictara or something?
Another one, but like no one ever
No one
people who
touches?
have, yeah, it's kind of like a really weird website where you can also play games on it, but mostly
Oh.
just artists do stuff, and it's really weird. I mean, I've used it before and everything, but
Oh,
what's not many people.
Ooh.
having problems there. A little connection issue to this.
God damn it!
Yeah, I'm looking through the replies for this, and people are asking like, so wait, what's gonna happen to this category and this category and nothing.
Who made this decision?
Who like? I guess did they get pushed by? I guess obviously they got probably pushed by an agency or something.
Yeah, but then you make an agreement because it's like.
Yeah, the thing is this is not a new thing. This has been around for a while. It's just Twitch is now, well, they're adhering
it further, and it's like when you put it's because everybody didn't care. It's just like, you know what, it doesn't matter to me if a stream gets muted for the amount of music in it if I'm not saying anything. That's mostly like, oh,
See,
the
and
stuff, the content there, I'm not saying
people
anything
are asking
about
like, hey, what's gonna happen to this, and that? Nothing. Still, like, no, like, you're not giving information back. Like, they're not communicating. They're just kind of giving the what's that face glance, and still, it's a big headache for everybody right now.
Because what am I gonna do? I can't exactly art stream with the music I have, and I told you guys before. If I don't like it, like, what's the point of playing music that I don't like? Because it's there for me. It's for my own enjoyment, and I guess the chats sometimes. And then there's streamers who are just like, well, now I can't use song request anymore. So there's aspects of
there's another like form of like interaction with chat. It's just gone.
I don't want to fucking sit there and listen to lo-fi for 5 hours.
I'm not gonna become the study girl. Sorry, I actually like that channel, but I'm not gonna become the study girl just sitting there with my just clickety clacking on my keyboard while playing a game and being boring. It's just not how that works.
How am I supposed to get my personality out to the chat? Half of my music shows that I'm chaotic, but yet organized.
Music shows personality in some ways. I'll be honest, but like a lot of reading through this entire thread, also a lot of the verified / partnered streamers are asking like, hey, are you gonna give us a legitimate answer? Are you gonna how do I say this? Communicate with the community entirely? Like you're
Like,
not
are you
giving
going
people
to make
answers.
deals? Are you going to be like, okay, well, we're going to partner with, say, like Spotify or another music like
That
generation
will
thing where
actually
like
protect you guys from getting copyright strikes.
because like you don't
Because
have to pay, but as long as you use this specific person
Yeah.
who's basically like this specific company that's sponsoring all this music, and in turn, like recommend to, and even if you aren't partnered or anything in specific, you just say, "Oh, I'm
and
using
the thing is,
Spotify."
even then, they're just striking people down randomly now. And a couple people have been banned already as a result of all this, as so far. No
Because
answers.
there's no grandfathering in. You just kind of get fucked, and it's just like, what about all my past clips with stuff and music in it? I'm liable for that, even though it was in the past.
Even
before
though it was in the
there's no clip.
past, and it's just like that was. It's like I did this all before I was partner. This, and this, and like memories. A lot of people's memories and everything in clips are now being deleted, or they're just being stored away where nobody can see them anymore. People have to actually make like
Dude, what YouTube does and unlist them,
yeah,
like that you only can
give
see
us a
them.
way to
They're
private
not
them or
available.
unlist the clips. That way you guys don't have any headaches. But they're taking the other approach of, hey, we're gonna make an easier way for deleting. That's it.
I want to delete all my clips, bastard.
It's like, why would I want to delete all the clips, especially when there's a lot of fun moments that I wanted to like. I want on the channel to be saved.
And I have a shit ton of clips.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm over. Like I said, I feel like what they're trying to do is do a hard reset. That's what they're doing, especially since
Because they got in trouble and they're trying to clean it up like they're a little kid, so they're hiding it underneath the rug.
You're just
They're not doing it properly.
sweeping it
They're not
under.
calling attention to it, and it's
Yeah.
just like, don't do that. Be a responsible kid. Learn and grow up from your fucking mistakes, and stop sweeping shit underneath your bed, underneath the rug, shoving stuff in your closet. Make sure you properly clean it out. You make it easier for yourself and the other people around, because all you're doing is like basically ruining your relationship with the community anyway.
Yeah, that's why people are also going like on the terms of like, hey, why don't we just all go to Mixer at this point? That's not gonna save anybody at this point. It's not gonna save anybody because it's just gonna follow suit. It's gonna go to that community, and well, yeah. Sooner, like this was bound to happen sooner or later. I'm just surprised we lasted this long. Basically, we got YouTubed, more or less. We got YouTubed, super hard.
The big difference is that YouTube like videos and like that, they're specifically made by those people. That's the 100% big difference, is that like they chose to put that music in, and therefore it's a lot different. Like we just listen to the music, we listen to the radio, we listen to like places where they paid for it, and by proxy those artists are just like, oh well, like that doesn't make sense. People get to listen to our music even though they didn't pay for it, or they're not going through a different source. But that's not how it works. Most of the time, your average streamer's talking over said music. You can't even hear what the fuck's going on half the time. You just hear it in and out, in and out. Only when the streamer's quiet, or like there's other instances that's going on. Like Alchem, I can barely hear the shit going on in his stream half the time because other people are talking, or he's talking. Well, that actually, or he randomly calls attention to the music that he's listening to. Yeah, that's only like a few times.
Yeah, and even then, that's for a few seconds.
So I got to be louder. I hear.
Oh no! Did you have a gander at the links I sent?
No, I literally just got back.
Okay, when you get back,
welcome back.
Have a gander at the bullshit they just said.
I see. It happened. Oh, I see. 1 second. We are building the ability to delete all the. Oh yeah. They've been saying the Twitch.
But that last recent one.
This applies if you're just playing it in the background or for a few. is entirely within. Yeah, this is basically the normal DMCA rules. They unfortunately Twitch has been. I don't know how much you guys have covered, but Twitch, these rules have been there for
They've been there for a while. We
the
know that.
longest time. Ever since the DMCA rules have started, Twitch had to follow and put that in the agreements when we signed or
And
we did.
yeah, that and the old way they did it was just muting VODs.
Yeah, technically, no, you weren't supposed to do that. You are not supposed to do that. Twitch should not have done that because that gives everyone the idea that that was okay. Then everyone gets this idea. Oh well, Twitch muted the VOD, so I'm safe. I don't need to worry about it no more.
Yeah.
No, that's not how that works. You were still gonna get that.
Yeah.
This is a gray area for copyright, so they're just being, fuck it, we're gonna screw over everyone.
More or less.
Because, like I explained while you were gone, the way that it's a weird gray mix because copyright wasn't made specifically for, the streaming aspect. Fair use doesn't technically say anything about like having music in there and then like claiming, oh, this isn't mine or anything. You're just giving credit to the user, but it's a really weird, like, because for those who don't know what copyright is, it's for the ability to create, copy, or sell a specific product and slash or property. So it's like copying in this case is being able to listen to the music that like you have on stream and stuff that everybody can hear without having to pay for it. And that's bad because technically it would be like you're selling it even though you're not selling it, but it's an infringement on competition because if you can give people like free aspects of the thing, why would they pay for the actual thing? In a sense, it's sort of like listening to music, even though you can't hear half the shit that's going on in the background anyway because the person's playing a video or listening to other people talk or doing stupid shit or screaming. It varies a lot, but something like this is too little and it hasn't like gone across around other streaming websites or anything like that, so there isn't any reason to keep the copyright laws like meshed around it. So because in terms of how it is perfectly well stated that you're not supposed to in the first place try to reproduce or show the music out for free. So they're just like, well, we're going to play it on the safe side and just say, no, you cannot do that. At least that's how much that I can understand it. I haven't gone to college for this specific thing. Please don't be quiet for so long.
I'm sorry.
No, no,
I'm listening.
fine.
I'm just listening.
Yeah. That
it's
and
just, I see.
like I'm reading through that entire thread, dude. It's just like yeah, some of the just reading through all this, right? They've yet to answer certain people, and I'm just like, okay.
It's because they don't know how to respond just yet. There's so many questions that people are asking, so many concerns that they have to address.
Yeah, but they didn't say anything at all.
Again, so many questions they don't have answers to right now. To be honest, the answer is actually simple as copyright strikes are now being affected on Twitch. They now have to follow the rules. If someone makes a DMCA strike on your or claim on your channel, if it's true, you will get a strike. It's that simple. It really is. Twitch streamers are responsible for what's shown on their stream. They always were. That was never ever changed. The video silencing or muting, that was just something Twitch did to kind of help out and make it so they look like they were doing something. So actual labels and stuff kind of paid it no mind. But now that the labels are actually actively seeking these things and looking at people's clips and stuff, they can find those moments. They actually can find those moments. That's kind of why they're saying even if it's like a few seconds, aka in your clips.
Even though it's stupid.
Yeah, but that's how DMCA works because one, ever since the internet became a thing, everyone started posting stuff, posting documents, folders, files
And you
of
gotta
music,
protect your
video,
property or whatever. But
just like
there's a big difference between like having it for a few seconds and striking a clip, which isn't even showing off the music whatsoever, and the person's like using probably a respectable way of retaining the music in the first place. It's kind of ridiculous, and in a way, what's the point of copyright striking something that small and minute? I can understand a VOD if your whole music's playing and the person's not even speaking over it, and that you can hear the whole thing, and that channels are doing this on purpose. But it's ruining a lot of like what the community does when they're just trying to like make it less boring for the people who are. You can't always have silence in the background.
yeah.
In terms of like I told Cloudy this earlier. Part of what
Yeah.
you listen to for your music shows your personality, and sometimes people stay just for your music choice, and they learn to love you as a person. So it's
Mhm.
just kind of like, that whole aspect of streaming is gone. You can no longer request to have streamers listen to the shit that you want to see, and like there's tons of different like memes that have music playing in the background. So if you have a channel that listens to stuff like memes that, like I said, have this music in the background, then you're kind of just like your whole content screwed.
Mhm.
You're going to have to leave.
Yeah. It's just that's the way it's been, as petty and small it is. That's really how the rules have been. Well, that's how they've been, and now they're finally being implemented.
It
So,
would be a big difference if they were doing it in the first place, but it's just kind of negligence on Twitch's part, like you said earlier, that the fact that they're not doing this and then it fucks over a whole bunch of people.
mhm. Just that now, basically, if you want to be a Twitch streamer, remember you signed a contract. You actually did.
I
Um,
didn't sign shit, just so
when
you know.
you became an affiliate, that is
I was
basically
I was younger than the age of 18. They kind of got clapped on that. I'm gonna be honest.
if you can prove that you were at least, what was it? I think it's 16. No, I forgot.
I was 16, but my signature still wouldn't have counted. If anything, it's under my parent.
Mm-mm. And your parents are liable. Basically, DMCA thing that happens. What's it called? If say you actually got DMCA'd and it actually went through and everything, you actually were intentionally taking someone's property and is stealing it to make money, and it can be proven. Um, Twitch is not going to say they'll take responsibility. You're basically just an employee. That doesn't mean that they'll take the blame for you or they'll take the bullet for you. They will say this is their information, their contact info they gave us when they joined on Twitch. Please address them, and that's why everyone's been getting DMCA's in their email. And DMCA's normally they're more like warnings, but if you keep piling them up, they actually could lead to some ramification.
I don't read my email.
Hmm?
Well, this
What
is
now?
bad.
You don't read your email.
No.
Check your email from time to time. It might actually.
Okay.
You probably have not received DMCA. Mostly, they've been targeting streamers that are big, like actually huge and stuff. The smaller streamers have started to get noticed, but it's mostly the big streamers who are getting copyright strikes because of stuff found on their Twitch clips. That's mostly it.
They better leave me alone.
Just follow the rules, Liz. Just don't put on copyright. Okay, basic quick tip. If you can technically until the labels and stuff start doing live DMCA takedowns, which they are looking into.
Yeah.
Until they start doing that, you can stream with music on your stream. Any copyright music, you can play it. Just delete the VOD immediately. Delete it as soon as you're done. Any clips that exist, if they have the music playing, delete those clips. Just don't
My clip.
save them. Save them where you want to save them.
I want the fucking space for that.
Then
I'm
when you
fucking
think
hammer.
then when you think a funny moment's about to happen, just turn off the music.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
I'm
Like,
sorry.
that's literally what they're.
This is
That's literally what they're
the
doing.
advice I'm
Basically.
giving you. That's it. That's the
Yeah,
only thing I can tell you. I'm sorry, Liz.
Yeah, like Liz,
Wish I could tell
there's
you
nothing
more.
we can do at this point.
Someone said, "Would this apply under fair use?" And no, it does not.
No.
Because you're not reviewing said music. You're not using it to critique it. You're not using it.
No
You're
parody.
basically just have it in the background of something that you're technically making profit on. Even though you're not using the VOD specifically, they're just there for archive purposes. It's Twitch. Twitch is using you and your content for views for making money. So technically it's not you in particular that's getting fucked by this, it's Twitch, and by that they're blaming you.
The thing, fair use is usually like it's usually for parody's sake, for maybe like comparative stuff or like the informative kind of things. It's not usually to make profit. So Twitch streaming is.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Fair use
fair
is
use?
for because for fair use.
Mhm.
You can use it for education, for trying to teach stuff,
Yeah,
for
that's one
critique
thing.
and
Informative,
things that
critiquing, parody.
you can make profit off of those things.
But as long as
But
it's,
it's
the
as long
thing
as
is,
it's
as long as that's the core thing. Now,
But
if
you
you're
said
just-
it. You can't make profit off of it, so I was correcting you.
as long as you're not making profit off of it, that thing, that one thing, if that's the core of your entirety of what you're doing, then no, obviously not. Like you can't take an entire audio and just use it on your YouTube video or stream. You can't just play a bunch of music and like do a stream where you're just like I don't know, just analyzing the music and say that's your stream. No, because you're basically using that music. The analytic part is just an added thing you're doing. The core part is still the music. That's why.
And also the big aspect of it is that if they do sue you, you can say that the music appears for the fleeting moment, but Twitch isn't gonna fucking deal with that.
Oh yeah,
So-
Twitch. Yeah. YouTube has kind of started to do better. Let's just say, as fucked up as it is right now, YouTube's method is still the best so far when it comes to online DMCA for video. So, as fucked up as it is, it's the best we have right now until there are drastic overhauls to how this system works. But yeah, just basic. Long story short, find copyright-free music or play. You can play those music, just don't keep the VOD. Just delete it. You can find royalty-free song playlists, find copyright-free song playlists. On Spotify, you can definitely find a bunch of them. On YouTube, there's definitely channels that play a bunch of them.
Yeah.
You're fine if you're going with the copyright-free method. There are so many choices.
Well, they actually like
Okay,
and people keep on mentioning this constantly, and I've been seeing it all over the thread for that specifically because people are upset. They're like, oh, just use Pretzel Rocks or whatever the hell. Like, a lot of these programs that are, they're designed for this, but I mean, I'll be honest. I used it like yesterday. I'll be honest. I used it yesterday. Has good selection of songs. It has a little tab thing where you can just have pure beat and that's it. Nothing, no lyrics, no nothing. Because they actually have some with lyrics. I'm just like, they're okay. They're okay, but it's just rinse. It just repeats. It's lo-fi. That's all it is. There's really nothing else. It's just a bunch of lo-fi. Nothing really new or whatever.
Gotta get that lo-fi.
And I mean, some people have suggested, oh, just make your own music, you'll be fine. Not that.
Who the fuck suggested that?
A couple people actually.
I can make my own music.
A couple people, and they're just like, just learn it. You'll make your own in no time.
I can't even write
that's
my
not
own.
how that works. You don't create music overnight like that. You cannot do that. That's not physically possible. Like, unless you're using sampling or anything like that, then maybe. But why would you? You have to buy the rights to that or the licensing and everything, and just it's a whole nother sort of mess of
I'm sorry for saying this, but Wiz,
Yes.
how did you manage to capitalize the J but not the I?
Oh, it's because it looks like an L. So it looks like there will be 3 L's.
legal.
It looks silly to me.
And I will mention this because as a musician myself, whenever I do my own kind of music and everything,
Yes, covers count, by the way.
covers do count, by the way. But I could care less if anybody's using my music because it's getting it out there. I don't give a fuck otherwise. Like, I'll be honest.
Yeah, you can't even sing in the music they're listening to either, which sucks for me.
So I just realized anytime I'm humming music, by the way, Malcolm, I gotta shut the fuck up.
That means no more singing along to music when you're listening to the podcast.
So, and that too, I'm just like, well, just gonna scream. I'm just gonna scream inside.
You're also liable if it's another person. Probably.
Oh yeah.
So
you're also yeah. By the way, that is actually true. You're liable for other people that didn't do it.
Such a strange way to protect copyright. Even if you hum it. If you hum it badly, you'll get
hum it badly. By the way, few seconds.
Wait, hold on. Let me double check that because I think you can, as long as you're not playing, you can hum it, you can whistle it, you can sing it, just as long as you don't actually have the music playing.
People actually want to fight this. By the way, I actually saw a couple threads talking about this. There is a way we can fight this back.
You can't. This has literally just been the rules.
No, but we can make a change, get them to make a change for it, petition it. You know what I mean, like that, because we have that power to still do that.
Okay.
You've always had, stupid.
No, but I'm saying people are just now getting that. People have been.
The question is, what exactly is their suggestion?
You were gone when I said it, but partnering with somebody who's capable of handling the stuff with the music.
By the way, it doesn't help that Twitch actually partnered with Spotify at one point, by the way, a few months back.
But Liz, that's basically just getting someone to deal with licensing. That's just getting a lawyer to deal with licensing, or getting someone.
You know how that helps? You know, that means you get to weed out all the other streamers who are non-compliant, and then there you can have people who really get really fucked by something like this, that they can have a way to actually handle with it,
That's true, but when you start having to pay license for song after song after song after song, it starts to pile up. The price.
It's fucking Spotify.
Oh yeah, but like I mentioned,
you can't play songs from Spotify though.
No, you can well, there's a couple. There's one specific playlist that allows us.
I'm talking about copyright.
Copyright. Yeah.
You can get a bunch of songs from Spotify that are from copyright-free sources. There are playlists that have it. There's tons of stuff on Spotify. I didn't say.
That's not what I was talking about.
You're saying about getting licensing. Then is that what you're saying?
Spotify already licenses stuff, but if you do it to where you have large amounts of people who support your Spotify through Twitch, then you get there's lots of issues that you get a bit of resolvement from.
You're basically
but it's a little bit more difficult because
you're basically saying that Spotify and Twitch basically partner. So then Spotify has a preset playlists or artist groups or labels that basically
that agree along with. Fucking do it. It doesn't matter.
That's partnering and stuff. Yeah. Okay.
Malcolm. Hold on.
I mean, yes, but that means you need to get Spotify on this. Whether or not they want to do that, that's up to them.
It means more money. I don't wonder. It's just a little bit more work, and then you'd have to pay for it. But
it depends on. I get that it all depends on what they think or what their ends justify.
In the end, it's just gonna shit on streamers anyway. So it's kind of just what are you trying to do? Make the brunt force of it less? Kind of dull it, or are you going to just I don't know, let them get prison shanked like that?
The end result is, will the ends justify the means to motivate them to do it? I mean, not that many streamers actually make a lot of income. In fact, not a lot of streamers make income. This is not something where I mean, granted, recently there's been numerous people who've just suddenly come out of nowhere and blown up, but it's not that many still. You just
It's
hear
still
the number of people who grew up.
it's the insignificant amount.
Yeah. For every like one person you suddenly see blow up out of nowhere and suddenly get partner and stuff, there are just dozens of others who, not even dozens, hundreds of
Thousands.
others.
Thousands.
Hundreds
Like,
of
how do you
thousands.
die?
who like try
Um,
to do stuff and just don't.
It is it's a very difficult situation, especially because it's only going to make this harder for a lot of the smaller crowds, and even more confoundingly difficult for those that are bigger.
Yes.
The only question is, this is just a precedent, and we will be dealing with for a while. So here's the thing, despite the fact I don't really stream that much anymore, I'm thinking of getting back into it. Won't be on that, but
Eh,
but the big thing is, as someone who just still watches streams, I think it would not really ruin my experience as much, but because there's no longer music, it feels a little bit more dry. Some may say, like there's less of enjoyment
That's
to
so
it, because
cool.
imagine it's like removing background in any type of, like, I wouldn't say, like, it's almost as you're removing like the music out of a feedier or some type of like or something like that. It feels off.
watching a television show and there's no fucking background noise at all, and it's just silent. You're just like, what the fuck's happening?
Yeah.
Like I said, like I mentioned, and also for those who request SR and show a lot of streamers new music that they haven't heard before. That is now
You got fucked.
it's now
Right.
removed. It's now removed.
I
That small little interaction with people.
I still think I still think my one of the more terrifying ones to me was the DJ one. I personally think that was the most like, as someone who wants to learn to DJ and maybe could do it, and you learn it from other DJs, people who play music. I actually I never a little like oh no effect is is like some of us here, like I play VR chat, and I used to go to like dancing worlds and stuff like that. It makes me wonder, hey, those people do live DJ sets for a club, so they can't do that anymore, can they? Well, they can. It's just that there's a chance that they'll get clapped.
Yes.
And I'm just like, oh man, wouldn't that kind of kill the scene and just kind of make it lame? Or they have to do pre-recorded mixes, which is very less lame, because like the reason why you go to a club or to any kind of like live performance is just to be like, the guy's doing this stuff live, the guy's making mixes, the guy's doing all the cool stuff.
By the way, I will mention with the whole DJ thing and everything, also a lot of that actually started like the fad that occurred from that. That was only because, well, we're stuck in quarantine. What are people gonna watch? People want to listen to some good music, that kind of deal.
Imagine Twitch getting fucking clapped because music labels are like, people aren't listening to our music because we're in quarantine, so fuck you guys, can't hear anything. Imagine being that petty. God.
And it's mostly those big companies. It's mostly the bigger companies that are doing it.
Yeah, the bigger labels. Because
some labels are, they could care less, but they still got to follow the, because it's copyright. They got to keep that there.
Well,
because they get it and they understand, like, oh, they're not fucking doing anything wrong technically. They're just listening to their own music, and like you can barely hear it. Doesn't fucking matter. And then the big labels are just like, another dime lost. Fuck you guys.
Basically, in the same sense like YouTube, if you put like maybe even a few seconds of it.
I just got yelled at, probably.
Like I said, even if you put a few seconds of it, clap. Yeah.
I'm hungry. I'm gonna get a snack.
Wow, there she goes. She walks away from the podcast for a snack. Unbelievable. A very unprofessional. Very unprofessional. Do not appreciate. XD. But yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but yeah, this is gonna be a fact. We will have to see where this would be in a couple of months. Probably. So that's gonna be very interesting. Can't wait.
I mean, right now, what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to still have music playing, even something that's copyright. I'll still have SR on, but I'm going to do the practice of deleting the bot immediately. Any clips that are on, I'll review them and then I'll remove them if I need to.
I think in my case, because I cannot live, because music, I will say, actually kind of calms down anxiety for me because I actually get really fucking nervous. I'll keep on doing Beat Saber. I don't care. I'm just gonna delete VODs after. Sadly,
I take precautions, you know.
I gotta take precautions. I'm gonna be
As
more.
soon as I get that first DMCA strike of music playing on my stream from when they implement live strikes, then I'll stop. If they suddenly pop in and there are bots that are actually watching the stream and they're like, hey, we see that you're playing this music, we're gonna need you to stop. Then I'll stop playing.
Yeah, then that's when they smack you in the face and they're like, no, stop
You don't
that.
want to pay any fines.
Hey, you know what it wants to do that.
Yeah, but like I said, it's just it's like a lot. We're in the weird kind of place right now. It was bound to happen eventually. I won't lie, it was bound to happen eventually. No way we could have stopped this. We kind of a lot of us streamers, community as like Twitch as a community as a whole. By the way, I'll say this much: we kind of were lax on this. So a lot of us should have took action right away.
Maybe. I say fuck
fixed
companies.
More or less, yeah. That's what I will say too. Because I don't know. The rich get richer, poor get poorer. I guess that's.
No, it's because they're mad because people don't actually buy music anymore.
More or less.
Well, like music itself is just as much of a commodity as it was before, but it's just like as you know. Well, it's more that streaming services have more or less replaced the need to buy physical and digital albums if you can get them to just give you the licenses accordingly. And once that's in, you more or less can have an instant access to any type of music in any genre forever. And it's seen that it's, especially with a lot of services nowadays, are switching over to a subscription-based system. It's better to have a subscription system because you're more or less locking someone to paying a specific amount, even though like it's like pennies on the dollar to them to create, but the amount of money they get out of it for the amount of user bases and as well as the licensing involved. People are making a killing within these markets nowadays through subscription systems, and because of that, music. It's easier to get music than ever before, but at the same exact time, it's harder for people to defend where music is being used and how is music being used. After all, you know, you guys talked about it earlier. The laws were never created in such a way that music was allowed in such a private yet public place, and that's kind of the weird part about Twitch as it is. It's a private but public,
and that's why it's a gray area.
Yeah, so we don't really necessarily know, especially once money is involved, which very much it is for plenty of us here. Yeah. It becomes an issue, and where's the line is going to be drawn, how strict they're going to be, we're going to be seeing that in a couple weeks, if
just
not
so you know, even if you do have the licensing or the copyright or anything like that, or you're sort of in the way, shape, or form that is if you create defamation towards the company that it was sourced from or the person, you can still be sued.
Yeah.
So even if you have all of the stuff ready, if you in some way, shape, or form make it so that it looks bad on the companies that's letting you use it or the person that is letting you use it, you can still be sued. So you're not going to win anyway, shape, or form, if they don't like you. That's why I'm gonna stick at ice cream.
Oh, look at Liz being so casual and relaxed with her ice cream.
Very cool.
I don't know about
Very
you guys,
awesome.
but you bitches are probably sitting on your fucking desk. I'm laying down.
I'm sitting on my desk. But with that, have you guys got anything else to say on the topic?
Once live strikes go up, everyone's in deep shit.
Everyone's gonna be in deep shit. Not like no one's gonna be safe.
By the way, also I'm gonna say this: anyone who literally thinks that this is a fighting position, that you can actually fight this,
no,
you're an idiot.
It's gonna be.
Anyone who thinks you can help, you can create a change with this, I back you up on that. Yes, you can.
I
Twitch
will.
needs to actually get off their ass and help out a bit because
Don't
there are
literally don't become the next YouTube.
like only now, or like Cloudy showed only now recently when everyone's starting to panic and like, how am I going to delete thousands of VODs?
Everyone's
Because
losing
they
their
finally did Twitch finally was like, oh yeah, we're implementing a way for you to delete thousands of VODs.
yeah.
I'm still mad that they don't have it like fucking like I don't know the tons of different galleries on every fucking place where you can just pick and choose what you want to delete and mass delete that way.
Yeah, see.
I don't.
And the thing is, they didn't make a way to mass download these clips.
What do you
They
want
only-
to say?
They only made a way to delete them. Just saying that now.
That's because it put wares on their own servers. Just so you
Yeah,
know.
they don't want that. They definitely don't want that for sure.
Yeah, they want others to do it.
Do the dirty work. You
And
do
even
all
that,
that.
there's been a couple community members from Twitch. I have there's a couple that actually mentioned, hey, you guys can now download all your clips and everything you love and cherish with this one tiny program that doesn't even bother.
How do you get fucked that hard in the ass, Switch?
Well,
Are we gonna have to delete this bot too because we were making fun of him?
no,
No.
that's not even how it works.
Yeah.
That's not how it
No.
works.
Yeah.
But
Hilarious.
all right, with that, we'll move on to the
You
other
never fucking
topic.
know.
Well, we'll move on to the other topic, which is let me tell you about job simulators, folks.
You didn't even read the fucking.
I'm not fucking gonna read it. So today we have our second topic, where we'll talk about job simulators, or in this case, I'm gonna simulate child slavery.
What?
Child slavery, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to capitalism. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, you
Why
get
does
it.
it start playing?
God.
Why does it start playing The Price of Right music?
Because the price is right. Because the price is right, where you can relive
We're
the
gonna get
experience.
Copyright stricken just because of your fucking stupid ass. thing
That was
that-
literally 3 seconds. I am not. Dun, dun, dun. But yeah, job simulators. Like I said recently, I've gotten myself a racing wheel, and it's pretty cool. And I started to play Euro Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator 2. I had Euro Truck Simulator 2 forever, since I was in fucking high school, pretty much, or at least I vaguely remember it. But what I can't tell you is this: playing it on the controller is all right. It's like any other, simulating job game. You don't
I
really.
was so bored. I watched him play it for 45 minutes. You guys all heard earlier.
But I'm saying it's kind of fun because once you get once you get a racing wheel, or so where you kind of emulate it, or you're actually driving it, you realize, hey, wait a minute, this is kind of fun. Because you're more or less, the way I see it is, okay, so for those who don't know what Euro Truck Simulator 2 is, you're essentially just a random dopey person, just a random dude insert here, or random woman insert here, and you're trying to create yourself your own trucking enterprise. You're making your own trucker company, and you're gonna make loads of money. But how do you do that? Well, you're gonna start at the bottom. You're just some dope who just got out of trucking school, and you gotta do quick jobs to make some moolah, because you start off with nothing unless you want to go take some loans out from the bank, which then means you actually have to pay it back, which just means, oh my god, it's emulating life. This is depressing. But don't worry, it's a game, so it's okay.
He crashed into a sign.
Multiple times. Ow. Multiple
Ow.
times. I would like to remind you multiple times. But the fun thing
He
about
did a few illegal turns too.
the fun part about Euro Truck Simulator, and at least for me, like how I feel about job simulation. I mean, it kind of falls under a couple other games, kind of like Stardew Valley, farming games, things like Farm Simulator. There's probably other games that kind of fall under it too, like I think Alchem, you play like
Farming
Thief Simulator,
Simulator?
something like that.
Mhm.
Like those,
Yeah.
there's like those are occupations technically, and they kind of
PC building simulator, house
House cleaning
house
simulator.
decorator,
There's
I don't remember.
yeah, there's a lot of like now that when I step back for a second, there's a lot of games that kind of
Surgeon
gamify.
simulator.
I mean that's a meme, but you know,
Mhm.
but that's kind of the
Playing
part.
Incorporated is also technically a simulator,
Well-
even though we probably shouldn't be talking about that.
I mean, that it's a video game. Don't worry about it. But the one big thing is, I kind of wonder about these kind of like job simulator games. Is when I was playing Truck
I play a
Simulator
lot of
2, I realized something. Kind of like I talked about the hardships of starting off like a trucking company. You got to start out from the bottom, and you got to like pay rent, but not about pay back. Like you got to pay back your debts, and you also have to like do specific jobs that require you to even like to go even longer distances. You also have to you have to like manage your sleep, because if you do sleep, like if you have like a meter that fills up, you can get charged by the police. Like it's pennies, like it's like only 200 to 300 euros. You make more than that from every job, but still that's like money out of your bank that it could like lead to you not being able to buy a car, buy another truck that you need. So, I mean, you have to take another job, and it kind of like the cycle continues. I think it's kind of fun, kind of gamifying systems within life itself, because it kind of makes it interesting, because it makes you really wonder like how far can we really take this kind of job simulation. So I'm just kind of wondering, like, what if there was a job simulator, guys, like what would you want? I got truckers. Trucking's pretty cool.
Hmm. Well, there's already multiple streaming simulators anyway, so like.
Streaming oh, you mean like the YouTube
Yeah,
simulators, like those like
No,
like,
there's one that you actually stream.
wait,
There's another one where you own an arcade. There's another one where you own an arcade cafe, I think. There's a fuck ton of them. How do you not know about them?
well, because those fall under the
Sorry!
well, they fall under the tycoon genre. I'm talking about like you actually
No, they're full-on
they're
simulators.
full-on simulators, like the PC builder simulator. That's a pretty cool one, actually. That one teaches you actually how to make a PC. That's pretty useful. It's kind of funny when you think about it.
Mhm.
There's tons of simulators out there, man.
Yeah, there's like what's it called, like there's a lot of like simulations in general. Actually, we can just look into simulation games in general. Like what is fascinating about simulating life in
I
the
wanna
different
make
aspects?
a hotel room.
Huh?
I want to be a maid for hotels.
Well, isn't there like a lot of janitorial simulation games? Or
Yeah.
some games are.
Listen, we're not going to talk about Visceral Kingdom.
Well, Visceral Clean is a good example of kind of like, hey guys, this is like some zombie whatever gore-tastic FPS, but now you're like the janitor aftermath and you're cleaning up the fucking mess, and it's surprisingly relaxing. When I was playing it, the Ninja Warrior, a free variant, or
Yeah, but that's because of all the comments the janitor made. That made it really funny.
Well, it's kind of, but like it's interesting because it's kind of like you're boiling down to what effectively was like something like to us, like traditionally, like when you go to a what's it called, like a space station or something like that as like infested by demons, like it's Doom, and like who's gonna clean up the mess? And then you clean up the mess and you're like, hey, this is pretty stupid. Oh, look at his head. Oh, it's like mundane. It's like weird mundane things that kind of bring out like this weird humor to it. Because I personally think it's pretty funny.
Accidentally kill somebody with a bucket. That one was pretty funny.
Whoops.
Except it was me, so I guess I didn't laugh that hard.
Got him. The simulation games are they always seem to go all over the place. I kind of wonder. I remember hearing a joke that there's plenty of simulators that come out of Germany. I don't know if that's true or not. Does anybody know like any developers or any noteworthy games there? Because I remember hearing a joke about that.
Probably Fishing Simulator or a couple of the weird ones where you're just like, why does there need to be a simulator of this?
I mean, I would argue Fishing Simulator is pretty cool because I like fishing in real life, and I can't do that obviously because I have to go to a
What are you used to trying to do that at the moment? Like you're only doing it during a quarantine, unless.
Well, no. This is not even during a quarantine. This is what we're talking about in general. Like, did you ever play a fishing game? You ever played a fishing game?
I don't like fishing.
Okay, well, so there you go. If you don't like fishing, then therefore you're not gonna like fishing games, and then this will extend to fishing simulation. You know, where they actually, you know, you gotta like actually like take more into consideration like the bait and weight and all this other stuff.
Sake of bass fishing.
Yeah,
Are
but
you
that,
sure you're not talking about Sonic Adventure 2?
no, what?
Or the first one?
What?
You remember Big the Cat where you wanted 100%?
That's not a simulation. That's just a terrible gameplay concept that should have never fucking existed. Who the fuck even likes Big the Cat? Honestly,
No one did.
No.
Froggy.
He has if there is a fandom, it's a very niche one.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
When are we gonna get that solo fish, the Big's the cat fishing game?
Yeah. So IMS 9000 actually said it perfectly. It's kind of like, yeah, it's appealing to play what is ostensibly a very boring job, and if anything, sometimes it becomes more interesting in that kind of way because there's no risk involved. Here's a fun example, and for me in Euro Truck Simulator 2. I often take like illegal turns. I do the illegal stoppage. I fucking go over the speed limit. I do a lot of things.
That one time a car almost crashed into him because the AI fucked up, so it did an illegal turn in front of him, and he was like,
well, once again, that also kind of simulates how real life some people are just fucking stupid, and you want to kill them. And in some cases, sometimes you can, sometimes you get stressed out of it, man. Sometimes it's like, oh, I gotta make a delivery, and then you get an accident on the way, and you get it like towed. That takes away time from like your delivery, and you're like, oh my god, I'm in a rush.
He added actual like aneurysm over the fact that he got pulled over by police, and he was just like, I need to go do this job. Stop fucking pulling me over. I hate this so much.
Yeah, the cops don't pull you over. They just like they give you like a ticket, and that's about it. But it's like you still lose money, and which means then you're like, oh, I guess I'll just slow down so I could save my money. But also I need to make a delivery faster, so you start going faster. And you're like, oh no, I gotta slow down. And then like I said, sometimes you get the bad roll where my favorite ones are where so the GPS is fucking awful. I will say this right now, wholeheartedly, it is the worst. It will not reroute your route when there's fucking an accident on the road. So sometimes I had to drive through accident road, like roads that had accidents happen where there's like a helicopter, there's a flipped over vehicle and everything, and I'm just like,
they probably have an upgrade for that.
Excuse me, I'm coming through. Don't mind this huge truck just driving on through. Don't mind me. And that's kind of funny, and that kind of makes it interesting because there's this weird kind of like almost kind of like a fake reality that you're kind of existing, especially because like the entire economy is essentially based around like you just trucking. You know, you do go walk out, but I think the only time you can do that is in your garage. Other than that, your entire goal is to drive around and deliver stuff. Don't know what it is. Could be anything.
Simulator, and bartending simulator. And job simulator. I like simulator games. If you haven't told.
Well, simulator games are fun. Sometimes it's more fun to simulate something than actually to do it. I wouldn't imagine myself being a real trucker because
I don't know what you're talking about. Because I played cooking simulator, and that's a glitchy fucking mess. I'd rather be cooking real life.
Oh well, I mean it depends on the game. I'm using like more serious work examples, like actual occupations.
Oh.
But also who would want like a 9-to-5 simulator? Like you're a salaryman on a computer. Like I mean, okay, is that?
I don't know. I think I would have a lot of fun doing paperwork in video games than I would in real life. That's how bad it is.
Okay, I'm trying to imagine like what. So that brings me back to the like, does life mimic art? Does life mimic art? Does art mimic life? It's just like what happened here. Like what?
By the way, I can't tell you for a fact I have played a game similar to that, and I had more fun doing that than actually just like, doing my homework. So like, I have issues.
Wait. So you're telling me you did something that is absolutely really boring, but it also is like, but I would rather do it in a video game than real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, or even some cases, what's it called? Dude, this simulation. But I think the weird one.
Please does count, but a different type of simulator, considering it's like you do the.
It's a narrative video game. It's a narrative
video game, but like it represents kind of like possibly what could have happened during the Cold War and shit, even
Yeah,
though it's like,
absolutely.
and it's I've played its other counterpart where it's called Not Tonight, where you are a bar bouncer or just a bouncer for various establishments. So um, that one also has its own kind of like weird immigration kind of thing because it's in a weird like sort of like utopian like United Kingdom, and you're playing as a character who uh is either born here, naturalized, or had a parent who was British and you were here, like taken here from their home country. And the way it is that you are written off as an immigrant even if you're born there because of your parents. So you go through this whole weird shit where technically you are basically fucked over by the entire UK government and stuff. It's a very interesting game. As you can tell, because I just went all about it.
All about it. It kind of it's just kind of it's just always interesting to see. There's this, like a lot of games that you can kind of like. Some games can even be breaking down. It's like kind of like simulation in some ways, or like I think like a weird one you could probably argue would be like GTA 5 online RP, some stuff like that. People actually like pretending to be like role playing and simulating occupations. Okay, Arma. I mean, well, you could. Okay, so here's the thing about Arma or military sims in general. You're gamifying war more so than the process of war itself. Like, I think how many of you would like to play a mil sim and you are told instead of fighting, you're on logistics. You're bringing equipment and supplies, and you're dumping equipment and supplies.
Than actually doing it, I'm gonna say probably.
Well, guess what? That's what Squad is like, because Squad does that. There's like a
I wanted to play with you guys, but like I only played with one other person, and I was constantly dying. So like it was.
I mean, it's a video game. It's a war.
I don't know. I mean, like where you kind of just have to sit there, and I felt bad because even though I was the medic, I was pretty much like always having to be picked up, and I felt terrible. I would much rather have to deal with logistics than anything else.
I see.
Yeah, that's.
And I wish there were more like games like where you could just play the medic and people come in and you have to do like these various like mini games to like help them with like body injuries.
Isn't it Trauma Center?
I meant other players.
Oh, okay. Oh, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, but also they have to like wait, like sit there in real time to actually get their procedures.
Yeah, but it'd be fun for me. Probably not for them, but it would be fun for me.
Yeah.
It's not like you don't have to deal with it already in other games if you get healed by another person. It takes around the same length.
Yeah.
The time for them to do something like a mini game. So it's make them fun on both parts where they don't have to sit there and fucking just click and hold the button the whole time. I mean, I know there's aspects of it failing, but other games have similar concepts in it, so it doesn't matter much to me.
Yeah. I must put up a good message right there. It's like it's also to appeal for those who want to suspend their disbelief in doing a good job at any job. I see simulator games as a grounded RTS games. They are more personal because you yourself are doing the task than an individual will do, but you get to see the wider effects of your labor. Not just the wider effects, but I personally, there's like an. I feel like personally, there's also like a goal around like doing a good job because you'll be rewarded with money and things like that. And there's like a progression. There's like a skill tree, and most of these some of these sim games have like a skill tree, or like the reasons why you do it is to like get better at a skill and things like that. And because you get better at it, you can do it more effectively, and therefore get more money out of it.
About city skylines and shit, you just get progressively better objects for your city, and you get easier like ways to fulfill the happiness. Even though they're bitches and they still complain about shit, but I mean you're in a city.
I mean, yeah, but in a city, that's how it is in real life. Like where does it begin? Where does it begin? Where does it end?
Or you just play The Sims and pretty much all of it's futile anyway because they're just gonna get killed because they decided to set the oven on fire somehow. I'm telling you, I like these way too much. I also played like a lot of the older ones. Like if you've ever like seen all of the Islander video games and like the ones where you handle a family and stuff. I've played a
Ah.
shit ton of simulators, man. I have issues.
Well, yeah, or you're gonna have like the text simulator, not text simulator, but like I like that. There's like this text adventure. I can't remember what it was called. I think it was called One Life or something. I don't know what it was, but you had like you're given like random stats, random roles, and you just kind of live your life in this text adventure. And you'll have one life, and if you die, that's where the website will hold
There's
your
one called
progress.
BitLife. Like an app on the phone. I have that too.
Yeah.
But you have to pay like $3 for God mode. I've wasted money on worse stuff before, but
Yeah.
you know, I was just like, maybe not this time.
Oh yeah, BitLife. But yeah, there's just something fascinating about just simulation or just job simulation. I don't know. I've just been really
Me
enjoying.
too.
I've just been really enjoying the simpler, mundane things about like the experiences you get out of it. Other than because of like the reason why I'm more getting into it more so is because I'm more from my entire like most of my life I'm more used to playing like FPSs, shooters, and things like that. Playing games that are more calm and focused, not on narrative, but like job or just something mundane, but appears exciting because it is a game. It is a different experience, especially how you interact with that game.
Can we play like multiplayer simulators? Because I'd like to enjoy them with you. Because like, you know,
Oh yeah, man. It depends on the game, but I'd be more open to it. Man, heck, even Euro Truck Simulator has multiplayer. It's janky and all that stuff, but it works.
I may own the game, but no.
Yeah, but yeah, obviously you'd have to put in effort to play the game, and even then, like, there's other people who play it. Like some people play it. Like I think most people play with a wheel, and I feel like it's the most optimal way to play the game. To be honest.
I'm sorry, just two player trucks in
I'm
Euro
not
Truck
gonna fucking
Simulator.
sit in your goddamn trucks thinking about my life choices.
Is that what happens, or you kind of like you do a long haul and then your buddy goes to sleep and has to like wait there in real time just to get his rest meter down, and then there's just you taking over and you just suck at driving and then you just fuck up the entire delivery completely.
I'm sure you'd just get mad because I'd figure out a way to do some circles in real life, like just fucking fly.
I'm just like my money. Ah!
And you're probably just like like think about like putting a penny in a jar and then closing it. You're just fucking rattling around.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh god! As you can see, she's having a lot. She's having a lot of fun versus me, who's just trying to truck, man. Where's my trucker hat? It's time to be a virtual trucker, boys.
First artist simulator, goddamn.
Artist simulator?
What?
Oh wait, there is one.
I was about to say I'd assume there is one because like
there's just one to my knowledge called Passepartout.
Are those game tycoon games? Those are pretty cool. It's a video game about making video games.
Yeah, I like the video game where you get to handle dinosaurs though. I need one Michael.
Okay.
Like there's a crap ton. I've played so many. Like literally, there's roller coaster ones. There's the ones with the dinosaurs. There's ones with the zoos. Seriously, there's a crap ton. There's one where you can make a medieval bar, for Christ's sake. There's one where you can make hospitals, like serious and the non-serious. There's ones where you can just there's lots. There's too many. Like you can even count like survival games because they're technically survival simulators. So they're also like like you're the forest and the whatever the hell the other ones are. I don't play the survival ones very often, but then there's the ones where you can just
Well, I feel like we're stepping out of like realms of like simulation. I feel like like simulating like
as long as it's depicting something that you normally wouldn't be able to do or you need the credentials to do, like if it's not something that's like a genre on the bigger grand scheme and stuff that like is above, kind of like if the FPS is the main thing, it's usually defined as a simulator. But and like sometimes they're already paired with something like, I don't know, an RPG. Like you can't technically describe Fallout or any of the other games as a simulator because its main two aspects are FPS and RPG, which like basically completely like change the way that the game is defined. So it wouldn't be a simulator in that regard. And there's just games where you can't even tag anything like simulator related to it, like an MMO or a MOBA. They don't.
I feel like we're stepping out of the genre.
But no, we're explaining about simulator games and saying why some games aren't technically defined as that or cannot be defined as that.
I would say it's about gamifying an experience you would normally do in life. That is something that is either it's like mundane and you can't necessarily gamify it.
Mundane though.
But like no, like the game can be fun, but like in the bigger scheme of things, it's just like surprisingly mundane. Being a trucker is mundane. Taking out a PC and like opening it apart and putting it back together and then selling it, that's surprisingly mundane.
But that's not what a simulator game is technically. It's something that's just basically bringing an experience to a game. It's not how mundane it is. It's more or less just bringing an experience that most people would not be able to see into a video game form.
Yeah, okay.
It's not how mundane it is, because some things are very exciting in simulator games when you do them, like being a thief. That's not mundane whatsoever. But there's plenty, like handling a submarine underneath the sea. Like, I've wanted to play that game for a while, but it costs a lot, and you need multiple people for it. I really want to play, but there's like other aspects of it, like playing a racing game in certain ways can technically be a simulator. For other things, there's just lots of stuff. It's just bringing an experience to life within a game. Even though you could probably just be someone flipping burgers in the back of their McDonald's, I don't know. Some people find that fun.
Yeah, that's the odd trait comes around it, but yeah, simulation games are fun. They're plenty, and they have a very varied genre of games that can fall under it, and you never know what you would find. It could seem either boring or something out of your understanding. It could be surprisingly fun. Some may say very addictive. Or educational. I would say educational.
I'd play Capitalism. Like, there's actually a game called Capitalism.
But isn't that like a cookie clicker game?
No, it's really fucking old. Like, it has like such old music. I was complaining about it to the people in the VC. I was like, holy crap, does this music date this game? It's so loud and blaring, and it's just completely electronic sounds, and it hurts my ears. I told you, I'm gonna say it again. I've played too many simulator games.
She has a lot of fun. I, for one, I'm just stepping my toes into more kind of like job-based game, job simulator. For me, it kind of just follows like you're actually doing this role what you would do in real life. I think it's pretty fun. Yeah. Any other?
I still want to clean like actual hotels because I don't even know if they have those.
They're out there, probably at least in someone in develop.
Yeah, but I want to play a multiplayer because imagine the chaos for that. I want more multiplayer simulation games that aren't just reskinned RTSs.
Facts.
But with that,
because like there's like farming simulator, but that it's just really weird.
Other than that, though, huh,
Mm-hmm.
can't really think. I mean, we pretty much kind of like again those similar games are not really for me. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
A
same here.
lot of them.
It's
A lot of
because
them
it's
aren't for me.
boring to you. I know.
My tiny
Thank
mouse.
you for understanding, though, Liz. Thanks for understanding.
It's not tiny. It's our perception of fun is skewed in a way that to what we think is fun is different,
Mm-hmm.
which is why I find like one, because some people may say like making a model is very boring and very time consuming,
But to like all of us.
but to all of us it is fun. You're creative, you're doing the arts or whatever. and I feel like the
thing is,
same could
like-
be applied to simulation games, because
That's why a simulation game like Outcomes doesn't find them interesting because like the games that he plays has this sort of specific goal in mind and like it ushers him to do certain things. When you're playing a simulated game, there's lots of different tasks that you have to have in mind and it bogs down like certain people and he just doesn't find that enjoyable because it's kind of like work to him. So he's just like, you know what, fuck it. I just want to play something where I don't have to fucking think.
She's right.
Yeah.
She's absolutely right.
she's definitely she's on the because I'm just honestly like, do I actually think when I play Euro Truck Simulator? I'm like, yeah, I'm checking the GPS, I'm looking at the distance, I'm double checking where my lanes are going, and I'm paying attention.
When you're playing a simulation game, like something similar to like making Jurassic World, you have to make that's dangerous. There's like dinosaurs. You have
gotta
to make
make
sure
it
you
safe.
monitor their feeding. You have to make sure that your guests are happy. You have to make sure that you're building a couple new buildings every now and because you're trying to also, if you're playing the campaign, you're trying to, you know, move forward, move upward, get more research, do more things, build up your technology. Like, there's one game that I suggest to the chat if you like simulation games, play Universe Sim because it puts you in the place of a god, and you're trying to make sure that these little people called nuggets, like I've played it on stream a couple times before, that they progress as a civilization. It's kind of like fucking Spore, but a little better. So like you're trying to research over time aspects to reintroduce to this society so that they can become better and ultimately also stay subservient to you because you gain your power from them in their belief in you. So it's kind of like a really cool game and stuff, but you have to make sure that they don't drown or that they don't drink water they're not supposed to because they pee in it, or you know, they piss me off sometimes, but you get my.
Gentlemen,
Mhm.
simulation games. They're fun, they're different, and they're not for everyone. But if you want to, make sure look up these games we talked about on the podcast. I'm pretty sure you'll probably get a better understanding to like why some of us think it's fun.
Yeah.
But with that, anybody else has any things to talk about on the podcast? Anything else?
No.
Any-
We'll fix that in post.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, she said
Running-
it. She said it.
the
She said
running
it.
gag.
She said it.
The
She
running
said
gag.
it. She said it. She said it.
Uh,
All right.
Like it's a gag now.
Yep.
Wait, fuck, damn it.
Oh, what? Huh?
Okay, one new person followed us, and it was Gripping Cashews. Hey, an actual name for one.
Wow. Wow.
Oh,
Wow. That is brutal. That is brutal. Thank you very much.
Listen, I'm sick of reading numbers and weird things in them. Not that I'm not, like, you know,
Appreciate
dissing the
them, but
usernames, but I'm just saying it's kind of weird that, like, the past 500 of the. Not 500. We don't have 500 followers.
I was gonna say, where are you getting?
But it's just difficult for me because I have to figure out how to pronounce this shit. At least these are actually words this time.
I have faith you'll be able to do it.
biggest faith right now. Absolutely, me believe. But yeah, you didn't hear from me.
But thank you for following, and I hope you'll enjoy their other podcasts that were down the line. And I'm going to say you're going to want to join us for number 30. That one's going to be really fun.
That's gonna be the trash fire. That's gonna be the good one. Fair. Promise. Pinky
And
promise.
soon. I'm sorry that I keep
.tm.
saying this and I keep forgetting about it, but we'll probably open the Discord at some point.
Yep. We'll make sure to keep you guys updated on that. We'll post it on our social medias once
Yeah.
that's up and ready. With that, thank you very much for everybody who participated during the live stream and those who are for those who are listening to the podcast after the stream. We appreciate it. Do we have any questions on the email, or do we have any questions in chat before we go?
I would have read them if I had any.
Well, you heard it, everybody. If you want to send us any questions, topics, or inquiries you would like to send to us,
Send
please,
memes.
please send something
There
to
has
the
been requests
email.
for also for refs for trying to do fan art for the podcast. No one did it, but I'm just trying to keep the ideas open.
Yeah, hey guys, anything is open to the podcast. Just remember, if you want to submit any of that stuff to us, you can submit it to us at noconsequencespodcast@gmail.com. That's noconsequencespodcast@gmail.com. You can find it down below, where you can also find our YouTube channel. This is where we will upload all of our live streams to, and as well as all the episodes. You'll find all previous episodes there. And as well, we have our other hosts besides me, Wiz. I stopped streaming. Might get back into it. Who knows? Don't quote me on that. But
You might want to change the description down there because it says you
Swear to
stream.
God, he needs to have a
brackets,
subtitle.
lines, subjects. I know how to fix it. Don't worry about it. We'll fix it in post. And with that, we have Alchem from Alchem Games. Say something. Why are you?
Oh, right. Cloud.
Stop doing this.
Yes. Hi.
How many times are we gonna fuck this up?
Yeah. What's up?
It's just him.
Say something. Say
What?
something.
What did you say? Hi. I'm Mouse Boy. I stream.
Yes,
This is Cloudy
who
from
are you? This is Cloudy from
do
Sierra
stuff.
Cloudy.
He likes
Yeah, I
play
do
Destiny
stuff.
2 and some
Fuck no. I hate it.
times. And then there's other aspects. He tends to play FPSs, and then Alchem over here tends to play a whole bunch of random games. If you would like to play, but he also likes to explore VR chat sometimes. If that's also what you're into. I have been dethroned from the art thing because I'm not going to sit there listening to nothing for a long period of time. So I don't know what I'm going to do. But I also play a bunch of random games. If you want, you can follow me, I guess. Wiz.
Do I have to
I
actually?
don't suggest it, but
Do I have to pull up my pants and actually sign everyone off again?
Sure.
Well, you see, we've already signed everybody off.
Yeah.
You're too slow.
yeah, I did it for you.
Yeah,
Just
you're,
so you
you're
know.
too
You're
slow.
too
Thank
Slow.
you. Thank you.
So also keep in mind that the email I'm probably gonna be the only one reading it. So
Please
ask
send
for
email.
other-
Send memes.
Please send
Send-
email. Please send
No,
email. We
Actually,
would
send
recommend,
her something, please.
We've
recommend
asked
this.
this for the past 25 times, and I've only got a few of them. I only got a few.
She's sad. Please
Please
say hello.
say hello.
Thank you
Give her
very
a love.
much, everybody. With that, we'll sign ourselves out.
Let's get jiggy with it.
Okay, that's it. All right, nope,
That's it.
nope,
No,
nope,
no,
nope,
no,
nope,
no,
nope, no, 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 no,
She destroyed it.
no.